Hey, this is Champagne with Learn to Play, and we're going to be doing Help, I'm Cultivating in this video. So, cultivating. You get seeds. You start off by, it's easiest just to start off by purchasing seeds from the crafting supply vendor. You can also get some plants from the auction house and break them down. I believe it's by control right clicking them, and they'll turn into seeds, and they'll also produce a resin that can be used as a stabilizer. Let's see what else. Cultivating's nice because you know what you're getting. It's sort of like the salvaging of Apothecary. You get to grow the seed that you want, harvest it, get a plant for the level of the seed, and if you get a critical success, you will get a plant that is the next level up for Apothecary. I'm sorry, for cultivating. So let's say you're using So let's say we're using level 25 seeds, and with our level 25 seeds, we're producing level 25 ashberries. These are for napalm pots. So you create, you harvest, or I'm sorry, you plant these, and then when you reap them, you have a chance of getting 2 ashberries and possibly 1 ashberry that's level 50. So then you'll take the level 50 and you'll break it down. As you can see, it says to control right click to convert this item. If I were to control right click, it would turn it into a seed and then produce a resin, an arboreal resin, which is used as a stabilizer. And then you'll have a seed for 50, and then you'll use the seed for 50 to start growing your level 50 plants in hopes of getting a critical success, getting you a 75 plant, which you will then break down for a level 75 seed, so on and so on. That's how you increase. Another way you can do it is you can purchase plants. You can purchase your finished plants from the auction house. That's what I suggest that you do when you end up getting yourself to level 200 in cultivating. Once you get to level 200 in cultivating, like let's say you're just 200 with ashberry seeds. As you can see, I've got a lot of them because I really like napalm pots. So I went with napalm pots from the start. I did that until I had 60 plants, 60 ashberries of each level. And then when I had 60 ashberries of each level, I went ahead and did Apothecary with each of those 60. And just about that 60 bumped me up to the next Apothecary level. So I ended up with 60 level 1s, which took me to 25, 60 25s, which took me to 50, 50, so on, all the way up to 200. And now I have what you see here. Once you get to 200, then go to the auction house and purchase. Like you can see here, you can purchase, this is a level 25 gobswort. This is an extender for your potions. This will turn your potions from a 5-minute potion into a 60-minute potion. So, I mean, it's better, of course, to have armor for 60 minutes than it is for 5 minutes. And you'll use this to do that. So let's say you bought one of these from the auction house. You would go ahead and control right click on it, and then you would end up getting a spore. So you don't have to work from 1 all the way up to 200. You see what I'm saying? You could just go ahead and get the high end, break it down, get your seeds, and then just start growing from there. And that's how you start making money. Cultivating is a super way to making money, because a stack of these are 40 gobswort. This goes for like 10 to 11 gold. Depending what you have. Magical Fusk, that's going for 15 to 16 gold for a stack of 40. Nobody's selling, not a lot of people sell anything less. They don't usually sell. You'll have your tout gobswort, you'll have your Magical Fusk, and you'll have what's called goldweed. You'll have a majestic goldweed, which is a stabilizer. So this resin works great, but it's not a multiplier. If you use 2 of these, you're still only going to get 1 potion. If you use 2 majestic goldweeds, you get 2 potions. Magical Fusk, that'll get you 5 potions. I save these for low-level potions because what you'll end up doing is, like, let's say you want some tier 1 potions, so this will be a level 5, Cultivating 1, Apothecary 1 seed, Ashberry, would give you a level 5 potion. This will give you a level 10, 50 gives you a level 15, this will give you a level 20, 75, and so on all the way up to 40. Actually, somewhere it turns to like 32, and then like 36, and then 40. So you got armor, scales. You can't grow scales. You can't grow armor pots in cultivating. You can only get those from butchering. Restoration, you can do restoration in both fire. As you can see, this here creates a fiery concoction. This is lizard tongues. It's the same thing as the napalm pots. Ichor from rats is a great thing too. It's overlooked a lot. If you kill a bunch of rats, you get some rat spittle. That's what it is, not ichor. Rat spittle. Rat spittle turns into sticky feet pots. That's I forget what they're called. Sticky bombs. Throw them down on the ground. Creates a big gooey spot. Your enemies get caught in it. Slows them down, and then allows you to catch up to them and beat the crap out of them. How do you not like that? Or for getting away. It's the same thing as like sticky foots for like a shaman. Slap that down on the ground, they get stuck in it, and then you just tear off and like run away and laugh at them until you get pounced by a white lion and then killed. Whatever. Bat wings, again, that's from butchering. That's absorption pots. But anyway, okay, so let's go with, we're going with cultivating. That's what we're here for. So you can come here to the crafting supply merchant, browse the wares, search for the useful now, and you've got all these seeds. So these are just level 1 seeds. These are the seeds that you would normally start off with. You just grab one. I would just, you wouldn't grab one. You would grab like 4 or 5 of them, because you might fail at first, and if you fail, then you lose your seed. And then there's things down here. You have soil, and you have water, and you have nutrients. So there's stages. So let's go ahead and click on the cultivating, and you place your seed, and then you've got stages. So we're going to go ahead and use this level 1 here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that, bring up my backpack, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this one of these seeds into here. And we have 60 seconds. That's how long it's going to take for this to grow. So right now we're in the germination period. This is where you would stick soil if you wanted to purchase soil. So if you bought soil, you would stick it inside of here, and it would help it. Let's see what the soil does. So soil decreases the chance of the plant dying when you harvest it. So that's good. So I mean, you could buy a bunch of soil, but soil gets expensive. It all gets expensive. You don't need any of this to do this, but you do risk the greater chance of failing and it destroying your seed. If you succeed, you're just going to get 2. So now we're on the last stage. We got 20 seconds to go. When you get up to like level 200, it takes 3 minutes. So it's 1 minute per stage, where here it's 20 seconds at the lower level 1. And then once you get up here, and it's done, yay, you get that sound, dunk, dunk, and then you can harvest it. So you're going to yank it out. Right now we have 2, and we're going to harvest, and we had, your creation has failed. So we lost our seed. That's why you have multiple seeds. Again, if you would have put soil in there, it probably would have survived more. But as you can see, you have all these plots. You go back, hit the home button, and you've got these plots. So you're going to start off at cultivating 1 with just this 1 plot. And then I believe it's when you get to 75, you get another plot. And then 125, or 150 gets you another plot, and then when you get to 200, I think you get your last plot. So it gets a little time consuming, and as you can see, we hit the cultivating, this window pops up. You could just close that out, and you could run around like this, and this is pretty lame. So what I suggest that you do is you go to our add-on link. If you're in our Discord, at the top of the Discord you'll see an add-on channel, or you can go to the forums, the Return of Reckoning forums, through your launcher, and you can heck, you can just type in Nath's name, Nathril, or find anything that Nathril was talking about, and in his signature he's got Indrith's add-on link. That'll take you to the same link that we have in our Discord, plus some other links that we have in our Discord too. So you're going to go into your add-ons, interface, add-ons, and you're going to want to grab yourself Miracle Grow Remix. This is a must-have if you're doing cultivating. Downright must-have. You also have to purchase. You also have to pick up the Crafter's Tooltip, I believe is what it's called. There it is, Crafting Info Tooltip. You got to grab that too. So once you have that, and here, yeah, there you go. Okay, so you got Era's configuration lib. You have the Crafting Info Tooltip and the Miracle Grow Remix. You're like, well, why do I need these? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly why you need these. Okay, so we're going to stand here. Up here is where I have my Miracle Grow Remix. I forget what the code is. I think it's slash Miracle Grow Remix network. Nope, that's not it. There's a options. Right click. Config. There you go. So when you start off with that, when you get it, it's going to be right here in the center of your screen, and you're going to wish you could move it around. You're going to be like, oh man, I can't move it around. So you're going to go into User Settings, Layout Editor, Start Editing. Move this control out of the way. Your box will be right there for your Miracle Grow Remix. That's this thing. It's going to be bigger than this. And then you can go ahead and move this wherever you want to move it to. I'm just going to go ahead and move it up. Actually, no, I'm going to bring it down here for you because you're going to see what this thing is. Alright, so we'll go ahead and save. We got it right here. We're in configurations. What we're going to do is we're going to go to layout. Right now I'm doing a small layout. Stack pots on top. Apply that. So let's see, you can do it however you want. So each one of these is a plot, and you can just click on it, and you have all the seeds that are in your backpack, and you can just click on one of these seeds. So let's go with the, we're going to continue with that napalm. So we're going to go ahead and just click on that, throws it in there, 60 seconds. I have all four because I have 200. So we'll go ahead and let's do a level 100 napalm. That's got 120 seconds. We'll do a 75 napalm. As you can see, that's 180, so that's 3 minutes. And then your fourth one, we'll slap a extender in there, some Gob's Tobwort spores, and that's 180 also. And then this will, you can run around. And of course, it's not ideal, of course, to have it smack dab right there in the center of the screen because it kind of blows. So we go back over here to this layout editor, start editing, move this out of the way, grab this, bring it back up here, and exit out. Yes. So you get to run around, you get to kill things. You don't have that big old box with all those dew dickers in it. It's almost done. So as you see here, we have a harvest button. So we could harvest, or if you notice, we have a repeat last grow. So we do have one seed left. You can hit this button and it will harvest and then reseed or replant the same thing. So as you're playing, this is fantastic because if you have a bunch of seeds, you can just go straight down this list and just hit them all. You like click, 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 going right onto the next thing. Keep your game going, keep going, and whatnot. I think tanks, if you're like a sword and board tanky tank, this is cultivating is definitely the way to go. Same thing with healers. Cultivating and scavenging are what I believe that are for healers and for tanks. Simply for the fact that you're not going to be able to push out a ton of DPS. Maybe you can. Good for you. If you can't push out a ton of DPS in a fast amount of enough time, you should just stick to this because you get to play. It gives you a warning sound. Here's the warning sound's about to come up. There you go. Again, we can harvest or we can repeat. Another thing that you can do with this is down here in settings at the bottom, we have an automatic reaping. So I have it set for 2 seeds. So it will always try to keep 2 seeds available, which means if I only have 1 seed left, it'll break down one of my plants and give me another seed. So we had, let's see, where was I? We were back here. So we know we're doing this one. So I'm just going to harvest this. If it succeeds and gives me 2 plants, it'll break one of those plants down and resupply this back to 2 seeds. It failed. Oh well. I think they may have tweaked, maybe one of the patches, they may have tweaked it so that you really do need to start sticking soil in. Before, you never needed to stick soil, water, or anything in there, man. You could just get yourself up to level 200. Within like 2 to 3 hours, you're at 200, and you're making a ton of gold after that. But here we'll try again with this one. What was this one? This one was the smoldering ashberry seeds. So we have 2 of those. Smoldering ashberry seeds. What were those? Right there. So we have 2. If this is a success, it won't break any down. It was a success. We got 2 ashberries out of it. What did we have here? We had fiery ashberries. That was further up the line, wasn't it? There we go. So we have 2 of these. I'm going to go ahead and click on the replant. So it's going to take one of those 2, replant it, and if it's a success, you'll see that it'll break it down and give me 2 seeds. There you go. Still have 2 seeds, and it's replanted. So it's nice that way. And then we had here was the gobswort. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of this. I got 147. It's an extender. I make a lot of level tier 1 pots, and I give those away. Same thing with talismans. So you're always using these. So with cultivating, if you were doing a low-end talisman, goodness gracious, a low-end pot, which we'll do right here. We'll go with we'll go with an armor pot, 25. This is if you see it says stability is -4. These have stability of +10, so that's what we'll be using. So we'll be using. Apparently, I'm not using anything because I have no. Where am I? I'm so confused. Okay. Let's go over here, and we're going to get ourselves repairs, useful now. So you could buy just these. These don't have any stability. These have a +1 stability, so if you were using a level 1 potion ingredient, it would have like a stability of -1, so you would only need this. You wouldn't need any stabilizers, which is good, because then it gives you get to save on stuff. You don't have to use your pristine. You only need to use like a gobswort and a fusk. But I mean, every time you break down one of these, so you're reaping. Every time you reap a level 200, you're getting a level 200 one of these. As you see, we've reaped 100 to 175. So it gives us those stabilizers. That's why Miracle Grow Remix is a fantastic tool that you should definitely have if you're doing cultivating. So you can replant. You can either hit the seed button, and you can go ahead in here and grab something new, or you can just go ahead and hit this, and you'll just constantly keep replanting the same thing that you had. And like I said, you'll want to build up to 50 or 60 in the ingredient that you're going to make into a potion, so that way when you do Apothecary, you can just burn through all 60 of them, and that'll most likely get you up to your next Apothecary level, and then you just keep burning through those. And then as you're doing this, like let's say we're doing level 1s, we're burning through, we keep repeating all these level 1s, the reaping keeps giving us seeds, which is good, until we fail, and we have to go and buy more seeds, or we have to break down more ingredients, or more plants. And then you'll occasionally get a level 25, or the next level up plant, which then you'll break down into seeds and then do all this over again. So we did ding ding, everything's done, it's flashing red, it's saying, hey, use me. So we're just going to go ahead and harvest that. We're going to go ahead and harvest that and not do anything else with those. I like to just go ahead and configure it. Go to the layout. And I'd like to just do like one plot with 0 spacing. Just go ahead and hit OK. And it sits right up on top of each other. It's nice and small, it sits out of the way. And as you can see, I can just go ahead and do an extender. Let's do some extenders. There you go. So you got some extenders. Everything's good to go now. That's just going to sit there, and in 3 minutes it'll like boom, 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 and then I can either harvest or I can regrow. So we're going in here again, going over here. We're just going to buy some of these level 1 ones by 100. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and slap a vial up there. I'm going to slap this. It's a level 25, so it's going to be a level 10 armor potion. Now, right now, it's definitely going to fail. We can go ahead and throw up one of those. +6 to stability. This had a -4 to stability. It's definitely greater. It's 100% going to be successful. It's not going to be volatile. And then what you can do is we're going to throw in a gobswort. Whew. Losing it. This is going to make it 60 minutes instead of 5 minutes. And then we're going to use, well, here, if we'll just go with that right now, and you'll see up here that we're going to get 198 armor pot for 60 minutes, rank 10, and we only got one of them. Now, as you create these, you have a chance of getting a success and it turning into a blue one, or even turning into a level 15 one. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to do Pristina Boreal Resin. Now we're going to do the Fusk. Come back over here. How many of these did we have? Do we remember? We had 23 of those. We got 50 of those, 40 of those, 39. So we're just going to make them all. So here we go. Just going to make them all. There you go. So now we have 91 level 10 armor pots, which are fantastic. Everybody's going to love those when I give them a stack of 3 or 4. When they come and get some talismans, they'll be like, hey, got some talismans. I'm like, yeah, here's some armor pots. Fantastic. And we also got 25 247 ones. Those will go in the guild bank for the guildies. For tier 1. Most likely we won't give any of this away during the double XP weekend that's currently going on. I think it ends today or tomorrow. Because you're just going to level out of it. But that was that. That was with these scales. That was a 25 scale. Now we also have a 50 scale. We have how many of these do we have? We have 58 of these. Looks like, yep. So that would end up being 58 times 5, level 15 armor pots. Or perhaps we want to go with, this is level 5 pot for restoration, level 10, level 15. Bat wings for some absorption. Let's do that. Let's do 3 of those. What did we miss? Something happened. We're going to close that out. Open that back up. Over here. Do that. That. Fusk. And those. Let's see what we get now. We got 3 of these. Yeah, 3 of those. So we're going to make 15. 1, 2, 3. We made some purple, some blue ones. 30 seconds. Absorb 830 points of damage, whatever comes first. 30 seconds is up, or 830 damage. 30 seconds, or 705 damage. It's not bad. I mean, that's great for like kiting or getting away. And I mean, you know what it's used for. It's an absorption pod. What else do we have? Level 5 fire pot, level 10 fire pot. Let's go ahead and go with, why doesn't let us do that. So go back here real fast. One of those. Do one of those. Again, we can either burn longer. Well, we're definitely going to do that. But you can burn longer, or you can just burn shorter. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's used to discourage the enemy, unless you have a war band, which I've done. I've given these out to a full war band, 24 guys, and then you all pick one target. You assist off of each other. Let's say a front door. Somebody's, we're talking about tier 1, so we're going to talk about the boat in Nordland. So you got all the tanks on the boat at the gangplank, and they're keeping you from getting on the boat. So if you have 24 people target the front tank, they all throw the flame pot, and now you've got 24 flame pots just burning up everybody standing there at the and it just weakens them. They just run away, and then you just wiggle your way through. Remember, always wiggle, never just push. Always wiggle left to right, and you'll get through just about any blockade. So let's see here. We're going to do it without an extender and see what we get. We get a level 5 pot that burns 32 damage every 3 seconds, and it only burns for 6 seconds. So, it's only doing 64 damage. 64 damage. So, come back over here. We throw a tout Gob's word on there, and now we get what? It burns for 18 seconds. So instead of getting 64, it's going to happen, 6 times. So now you got 172 points of damage. I think I did that math right. If I didn't, you can correct me. It's cool. So there you go. That's a crash course on Apothecary. So butchering can be very profitable if you're butchering high-end ingredients and you're selling them on the auction house. Let's go to the auction house and give that a quick go. So, this is your regular auction house window. I use a add-on called Shinies. I like it a little bit more. It does a little bit more for you. You see your auctions post, auto stuff. So we're going to go with, let's go with scales. This is butchering. So we're going to go and search arm scales. That's not what we want. What do we want? We want crafting items. Search. Maybe just scale. There you go. So these are the only scales that are on the auction house right now. Supple scales, 175. So if somebody's killing lizards, they're killing lizards probably around level 30, I don't know, 36 to 38. They're probably killing these in Thunder Mountain. I'm guessing that's where they're killing them. They might not be. But as you can see, they're selling one scale for 62. But then up here, this guy, he's selling fire breath scales. These are the 200 scales. You're lucky you're going to kill them off of a 38, 39. Also, again, in Thunder Mountain, that's where they're going to fall from. This guy, man, he's selling them for 2 gold a piece. A stack of 40, 2 gold a piece, 84 gold. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You're like, oh, I'm not going to spend that. But then you look at it, and if you have the money and you're going to turn them into armor pots, they're going to turn into really good armor pots. And that's 40 of them, so you're going to get 80. So that's pretty much you're buying them for 1 gold a piece, and then you're going to sell the armor pots. So let's go and check out those armor pots. Armor pots. What level would they be? Probably 30s. No, I don't know. Let's just go 32 to 40. Any item. Let's go with common. What a potion. Not a slot. Type. Potion. I don't even know what they would be called. What are they called? Armor pots. I can't remember what the heck the armor pots are called. So there we go, armor pots. There we go. So that's what you would. That's not what you're getting from the fire scales, though. You're getting much better ones. But here, let's look at One Man Tank Wall. He's selling armor pots. These would be the supple. You would get these from the supple. 1.17, one gold. So you're looking at 46 gold for a stack of those. So let's go back over to that supple. 46 gold for 40. 46 gold for 40. Supple scale. Alrighty, 46 gold for 40. Selling it for 1 gold a piece. You're going to get 2 of these out of this. So you're going to make 80. So you're paying 31 silver a piece. Selling it for 1 gold, so you're making a boatload of money. So there's where it comes from butchering and apothecary. Now with cultivating, you're going to be selling tout gobswort. There you go. 40 of those for 10 gold. You're going to be selling majestic fusk. 14 to 20, 12 to 20 actually. And it looks like ballpark's going to be about 14 to 15 for 40. You're going to be successfully making 2 for every plot. So, but then you're going to be breaking down. Remember, you're going to be breaking down. So you're going to be making 1 for every. You're going to profit 1 from every successful plot, and you're going to be breaking down 1 for seeds. So it's going to take you 10 times, 10 successes to get you a stack of 40, and it's 3 minutes per. So it's going to be 30 minutes. So essentially every 30 minutes you could be making yourself 10 gold. If that math worked out. Again, if it didn't, let me know. Send me a mail or shoot me a message. And then other things you're going to be buying or making gold weed. Making some gold weed, majestic gold weed. There you go. That's another 10. So it's about, you're making about 10 gold every 30 minutes from doing it this way. And that's where the money comes in from that. So there you go. There you have it. Armor pots, toughness pots. Those come from Butchering and apothecary, you can't make those through um, cultivating. This is definitely a cultivating video, but it was a little bit more extensive because it takes a little bit more to get it going and understanding. But again, Miracle Grow Remix is definitely a must-have. I can just sit here and reap those, and there we go. We're back off again, and I'm running. I'm not sitting here throwing them inside of these things. And let's see, what did I have? I had the success, a success, a success, and a success. Ha-ha! Huzzah! We now have 4 of them. We broke down 2 of them, or we have 6, because I keep it reaped at 2. And there you have it. So that would be butchering and cultivating. It's a bit lengthier than the rest, but I'm sorry, cultivating and apothecary. But there you go. As you saw, I just went ahead and made a bunch of armor pots, man. It's just go, and you got to get a butcher though to do that. If you want, so butcher and apothecary, or cultivating. Cultivating, of course, to 200 because you want this. You need this gobswort, pristine arboreal resins, majestic fusk. These are must-have for glow potions. You're going to be using gobswort. Good lordy. Gobswort and majestic goldweed. Definitely grow goldweed. Those are going to be your multipliers, because when you go to make a potion, you slap this inside there. You definitely aren't going to be using this. You're going to be using a level 1, because I'm going to show you. So you have it's a 19. So I throw one of those in there. That's still definitely going to fail. I throw a second one in there. It's going to succeed because 20 is greater than 19. So now we have a success. And then you can throw, if you want to, you can throw one of these in there, or you can throw one of those in there. But this is only going to give you 1 potion. This is going to give you 1 fire pot, where if you were to throw majestic goldweed in there, you're going to get 2, because majestic goldweed is also a multiplier. This is a multiplier of 16. I'm not exactly sure what the number of the multiplier really means. It's a +1 and a +1, and then it'll give you 2. This doesn't give you 16, but I'll show you. So there you go. We have it's going to burn for 18 seconds. It's pretty much, it's going to tick 6 times, so it's going to be 612 damage to everybody standing there. And had you have used a goldweed, it would have been 2 pots, or do that like 1 time, and we end up with, I must have made something down here. What do I make? What did I make? Oh crap. Here we go, right there. So it's only going to tick twice, and it's going to be 204 damage. So you see, I got a whole bunch of fire pots for upper levels. Again, they're just to deter. People see fire on the ground and they end up running away. They think they're going to take a crap ton of damage. They're really not, unless you've got 24 people throwing a fire pot. I mean, let's look at this. Let's look at this up here real fast before we leave. So this is going to tick for 6 times. It's going to tick, so it's going to be 192 points of damage. So I did do the math wrong the first time. So it's going to tick for 6 times. It's going to be 192 points of damage. You've got 24 people throwing this at 1 person. So over the course of 18 seconds, it would have done, I don't even want to do that math. Let's just say 200 times, 200 damage, 24 people. Well, yeah, it's math. I don't want to do it Sunday. Okay, so anyway, I hope that helped you out with cultivating and apothecary. Low end are definitely fantastic for your guild and for your own characters. If you want to be greedy about it, I give this stuff out. And there you go. So cultivating is a little bit more lengthier. I just keep saying the same thing over again. I should just cut it off. Miracle Grow Remix, go get it. Remember, you need to get Miracle Grow Remix, Crafting Tooltip, and I believe you still need to get that top one. This one right here, Iris Config. I think you need that. Pretty sure. may have loaded wrong, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've gotten all this. All right, well, thank you.